Hi guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Stretch the Sketch. Now, it is our 3rd anniversary of Stretch the Sketch, you guys. We have been doing this for 3 awesome years. Usually each month we take the same sketch and we stretch it, shrink it, smush it, twist it, do all kinds of things to it. This month everyone is picking their own sketch. I have chosen this one from Studio Calico. It has some embellishment, couple areas of pattern paper, and 1 photo. Now I'm going to take this 12 by 12 and make it into a 12 by 24 and have more than 1 photo. So let's see what I can do. All right guys, so I am starting off with this yellow paper, and I promise it is not as chartreuse looking as it is in the video. It's amazing what video lights will do to the colors of your paper. So I am trimming down these 2 pattern papers here, and they are, I'm pretty sure, from some Dear Lizzie paper pad from some time or another. I forget what it's called. Maybe it's Happy Saturday, Saturday Cool Day. I don't know. Whatever that one with the Saturday is, I think. So I trimmed this down to 11.5, and then I trimmed it down to 8. So basically almost an 8.5 by 11, but just added that extra ½ inch to the other side. So I am going to have this border all the way around my page. And the reason why I did this is because these flowers and these kind of balloon looking things aren't exactly the same color. The pinks in there are a pretty good match, but there's a little bit off. Like, there is blue and green in both, and neither one of them are the exact same shade. So I figured if I had this one cohesive piece of paper around it, that would work. Now this scrap piece of paper has been chilling out on my desk for about a week now. I've used it on multiple layouts, which is fantastic because I am using up the paper. I decided to go ahead and trim this down to 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to cover up the join of the 2 papers, and then I'm going to go ahead and extend it all the way to the edge of my layout. So I figured that this looked pretty cool, and even though the papers are not the exact same, I think it works. So next I grabbed this coppery washi tape, and I brought in this color because I knew I had some die cuts that I had pulled out that had a copper tinge to them. So I was going to go ahead and capitalize on that and just add this extra strip across the page here. Now I was thinking about calling it good with the circles up at the top instead of having the circles in the center of the layout. And I really don't put circles in the center of the layout. Basically, I'm using these circles as a place where I should be putting embellishments. Now I have the 3 photos here. I do have more photos of Lana from her birthday, but these are like the cake photos. So these are the ones that are going to go on this 2-page spread. So I was trying to figure out what paper I wanted to use to mat my photos, and I picked out this pink Close to My Heart. I did trim it down to 6.5 inches. I went ahead and trimmed that 6.5 by 12 inch strip down. I cut it to 4.5 inches, and then the rest of the paper I'm going to use and just kind of layer these photos on top of each other. So that has the border all the way around. Now I do decide that I needed to trim this photo a little bit more because I didn't like where it was kind of dividing up on the page where the 2 photos met. I'm doing a really poor job of explaining what I meant, but it just didn't feel right. And you guys know I'm a very emotional scrapper, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that photo down. So now that I've figured out where the photos are going to go, now I need to make some things happen. So the title is kind of in the center of the embellishment over here, but my title is going to be more on top, and I'm actually going to use the title as embellishment. Now, originally I was going to put this fun party banner over here on the right hand side because I figured it would give me some bright colors all the way through the straight line of the layout. That little banner is going to move over to the left hand side just because I felt like it needed to be over there. I felt like I needed that extra weight with more decoration on the layouts than I had on the right hand side because I already have two photos on the right hand side, so it's going to hold more weight on the page. Now, I'm going to tell you about Lana's cake because you might be looking at this photo and going, what is that? So I make mini molten chocolate lava cakes. You make them in a cupcake pan, and it's really easy to keep the molten lava in the molten lava cakes when you make them small like this. So Lana requested them for her birthday, and I made them, and we had bought these big sparkly candles with the 1 and the 8, and since I made the mini molten chocolate lava cakes, these big old candles were not going to fit. So we gave her 2 and put a candle in each one. Now on top of the molten lava cakes is some homemade whipped cream, and you guys, let me just tell you, it is so worth it to make your own whipped cream. It is so much tastier than whipped cream in a can, or even like the frozen Cool Whip stuff. Although I really do enjoy frozen Cool Whip. I don't know what it is. It tastes better. I don't know. Frozen Cool Whip is better than regular Cool Whip. So now I'm just going through my die cuts, and I'm trying to figure out where I want things to go and what things kind of match up. So none of the colors are an exact match. But I have enough of them of this variety. I don't know if it's a variety of colors or it's more like a multitude of colors. But there's a lot of colors going on. So it all kind of works together once it's finished. Now I am using some pretty thin foam squares to pop these balloons up, and I'm layering it up over this circle that says just for you. So there's my nod to the circle embellishments. Now I have this cake up on a stand over here where I've put this journaling block, and I'm just trying to figure out where in the world the other stuff that I've pulled out should go. I've got that tab up there at the top that I still didn't write anything in. I do need to write something up there, and now I'm just trying to find all the good things to layer up and place on this layout. So my title so far says Wonderful Happy. There will be more to that title. I thought I was going to end up pulling out my copper thickers, but I decided not to do that. So this is where I make the decision to move that banner over to the left-hand side of the page. And then I had found this die cut that said day. So now I have Wonderful Happy Day as the title. Now over here, this big old die cut that says you deserve all the good things with the gifts. I was just kind of leaving that over there to see how I felt about it while I was getting the title together, because I wasn't exactly sure what I felt about it. And the more I'm looking at it now, the more I don't like it on the page. So spoiler alert, that bad boy is going to come away from the photos and it's going to go straight back into the die cut box. So I have the Wonderful popped up, and it's that gorgeous kind of coppery foil on there. And then I am going to go ahead and grab some more foam squares because I need to pop some things up. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply enough on there so that my die cut isn't dipping down anywhere, and it gives me pretty decent coverage. And then I overlap it, decide this ticket needs to live there. And I'm still trying out things over here on the right hand side of the photos just because I'm not exactly sure what I should be putting over here. In the sketch, it is the edge of the layout, so there isn't really anything to place there. I guess I could have stretched the sketch the other way and made the left-hand page actually the right-hand page, and have that kind of like that ending point where the photo is, but my brain did not think that way. I stretched it this way instead. So now I grab another circle, and I figured that this tag is another nod to the circles, and it matches the circles that are in the pattern paper up at the top of the layout. So I try out a few things. I'm trying to bring in this teal scrap of paper that was just kind of chilling out. I couldn't find a place for it, so that scrap of paper actually went into the bin because it was sitting on the desk, and if I didn't have a place for it, I didn't have a place for it. And plus, that was a little bit of a small scrap for me to be keeping. Now, I do grab my twine. This is some silver and white twine. So yes, I am mixing the metals, but the two coppers don't exactly match, so I'm okay with bringing in the silver as well. Mixing metals is a fun time. So now I've got this tag, and I decided that I needed to have this banner on there instead of the yellow one. But I like the yellow one, so I went ahead and stuck that down on the bottom down here where my journaling block is. And then I'm going to put some foam squares on the Celebrate Everyday banner, and that is going to kind of nestle around that circle piece that says Party Like You Mean It. And there I go, trying to bring in this little scrap of paper one more time. Again, it doesn't make it on the layout. Now I'm thinking I need to figure out something up here where this love banner is. It's just this banner. It's really cute, but I felt like it needed another little layer. So I found this yellow ticket, and it does have that coppery metallic on it as well. So I go ahead and layer that up with that little love banner, and now I'm feeling pretty good. Now I know I need to get some journaling down on the page, and I talk about how I can't believe that on this birthday Lana turned 18, and then I just give the story of the chocolate lava cake and why she has two, which is the story I told you earlier in the video. I am using a black Muji pen. Love these Muji pens so much. And then I realized I didn't write anything up at the tab up at the top of the photo, so I may or may not fill something in there. It could be a naked tab. I think I'm okay with naked tabs, guys. It's the naked tag holes I can't abide. All right, thank you so much for joining me, and make sure you check out everyone's link down below. Like I said earlier, this is the 3rd anniversary of Stretch the Sketch, started by Janet of Galaxy Girl Creations. It has been a lot of fun, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.